All right, everybody. Probably see I'm using right. So good evening, everybody. I know YouTube has a 20 seconds what's it called? Lag. Not like lag, but like the time frame in which you what I'm saying. Right. So YouTube has 20 second lapse. That way. Right. So I'm excited to let us know that this class is recorded. So apart from the stream, right? If anything goes wrong with the stream, we have an active recording ongoing. I would suggest that you put your video on the highest quality of your screen. I would suggest you put it on the advanced option so that you're able to share it. Right, I'm excited. I'm excited. So let me just see your excitement in the comments. So let me be sure that people are here. Just let me know what you see. Right. So just confirm if you can hear me. Right. And just let me know what you think as we progress. So as soon as I see a comment or two, I'll just proceed. Right. So uh, okay, it's a bit low. So I'll try to make an adjustment on my end just to make sure that the audio is as high as possible. Or I'll try to speak louder. All right. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that my voice is louder. Right. The audio is low. I'll try to make my voice louder. I'm just starting out, so I'm currently low, probably right. But we're going to make the best of what we have, right? We're going to do great things, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak louder, right? I'm going to speak louder. So at any point that you lose me or the voice becomes low, just just hint me so that I'll be able to speak louder, right? I'm not using a microphone. I'm using my headset. So the headset is serving as uh, you know, both a microphone and a speaker, right? I just want you to follow me, right? It's going to be an exciting time. Like I said, I'm going to make this as practical as possible, as practical as possible. Uh, what I'll be sharing is maybe something you've heard before. It's maybe something you've seen before, right? But I'm going to be explaining it in a very practical setting, in a very practical setting. So I'll show you how some of these things are, right? How you can apply them, even improve what you're currently doing as a designer, right? So yeah, so good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody, from wherever you're watching. Right, my name is Andrew Semasa. Uh, very soon, I am hopeful that very soon, whenever we have live streams like this, you're able to see me, right? But right now, I need you to give your utmost attention because this is what going to be one of the best experiences of your of. I don't want to exaggerate and say your life, but I believe that this can set you on a trajectory that can maybe change your life forever, right? So I'm excited to share everything that I know in this free class, right? And I'm going to be doing that in an hour 20 minutes now, right? So the class is supposed to spend for span for an hour 30 minutes, but now we are already 10 minutes into the lecture, and though we started late, but I'm going to try as much as possible keep to time, right? So I already made some slides. So I'm going to, just start there, and then I'll show you guys a few things, and then we start, right? I'm very excited. I'm very excited to begin. So, okay, what's this class about? Graphic design, right? All right, so let me go back to slide one. Ah, probably see slides already, but that's all right. So what is graphic design? Right, design 101. That is what we are doing here. Design 101. Design 101. That's what we are doing here. Right, and basically it's a beginner's guide to graphic design. Right, a beginner's guide. It means that anybody looking to venture into the design space, right? If you can follow through with this course or with this particular lecture, with this particular aspect of the lesson, you can give yourself a great head start, right? That would shape your design journey eventually, right? And the thing is that I see a lot of very interesting design. The thing is that I spend most of my day actually scrolling through uh, uh, social media that allows a lot of visuals. What I mean is that apps like Instagram, Pinterest, right, that allows you to see things, right? You're not hearing things, you're seeing them, right? Uh, see how much people can stretch their mind, and sometimes you see how very how less expressive some people are, right? Some people they're not able to express themselves as much as they should, right? Because of the obvious lack of knowledge of the fundamentals, right? This fundament, see, the best designer in the world right now, if there is anything like that, right, would refer you back to this course, to this crash course that I'm about to take you through. The best designer in the whole world right now would bring you back to this beginning if you are looking to even advance in your career. And it would make a lot of sense because eventually when you maybe specialize in a particular aspect of design, right, these fundamentals are still very essential. I've actually had a lot of interactions with designers across various industries, and I figured that at the end of the day, right, these fundamentals are the pillars of a good design. This is what differentiates a good design from a bad design. And it would interest you that everybody, if at any point my volume is low, please let me know. If at any point my volume is low, please let me know. Right. I have figured that uh, these fundamentals across board are very crucial, very, very crucial, very, very crucial, right? And I've seen veterans in the industry, and if they should want to give anybody maybe a design review, they just tell them that go and study this particular part of the fundamentals of design, right? We're going to look into all of these things, increasingly. We're going to go really in depth into them, in the course of the lecture, right? So while you are here, please invite people. Let's get more people on this live stream. It's going to be impactful, and I mean the best part is that all of this is for free, right? So yes. So who am I? Who am I? Pardon me. I wanted to write myself. Maybe I wanted to, write something about myself, right? But I figured that I did not know what to write about myself, right? So, but if you must know, I'm a law graduate, right, from Lagos State University, Lagos, Nigeria, and uh, I've been doing design for like 5 years. Well, a little more than that actually, maybe 6, 7, 6, 7, 8 years, right? 6, 7, 8 years. I can't say exactly, but of course my designs are making sense. Let's say the last 3 to 4 years. Do you understand? So if there's anything particular you want to know about me, I'm not sure. But for the sake of this lecture, I'm a graphic designer, and I think that I've actually learned enough to be able to have a conversation like this, right? I've learned enough to be able to have a class like this, right? And I'm willing to share as much as possible, right? Even at no or low cost, I am willing to share. I am willing to share. Right. So let's get into what is graphic design. See, if anybody has left, invite them back. We are getting started right now. What is graphic design? What is graphic design? Right. A lot of people will have a lot of opinions around this subject, right? But majorly, at the end of the day, okay, let's consider some definitions. I got one from Google, and it says that according to Google, right, graphic design is the art of using visual elements to communicate a message or an idea. So it involves selecting and arranging colors, images, typography, shapes to create visually appealing designs. Right. So uh, the major thing here that you should look at is that graphic design is communication, right? You're communicating an idea, right? And the means of communicating that idea is by using visual elements. Now we'll still go and study these things, in depth in the course of the past, right? We'll still study uh, what I call visual elements, right? Visual elements. So if you would ask me, right, in just 2 words, what is graphic design? I will tell you visual composition, right? Visual composition, bringing together visual elements. So visual element on one side and the skill, right, to bring them together to pass a particular message, to communicate a particular idea. That's what I would call graphic design. So if you're telling me to define graphic design in 2 words, I would probably tell you graphic design is visual composition. Visual composition, right? Are we following? You can just see the chat box. Oh my god. You can just see the chat box busy so that I will know that people are following me, right? I almost said amen. All right. So, in 2 words, graphic design is visual composition. Visual composition. So, under visual composition, what do we have there? What do we call visual elements, right? Visual elements are such as lines, shapes, colors, text, right? Those are what are included in visual elements, right? Or what we'll call visuals, right? Composition, however, are they are much more abstract, right? You cannot see them, you cannot feel them, you cannot touch them, right? However, when you apply them, right, they are sort of principles. Let me put it that way. They are principles, basically. So bringing these two things together is what will give you a good design. Is what will give you graphic design, right? Visual composition. All right. What are the forms of graphic design? When we talk about graphic design, what are the different forms of graphic design that we have? So for the sake of this class, right, I'm going to explain just four of them, right? And I'll mention the remaining by the side. So the first of my list is layout design. The second one is photo manipulation. The third one is illustration. And the fourth one is motion graphics. Now, I remember that in the class, I mentioned that everyone should indicate their interest for the sake of this class. And I saw that a lot of people actually, you know, wanted to learn a lot of um, branding, a lot of things that associate with branding, right? And now, if you're in this class, this is the only way you can do this. Tomorrow, we're going to be designing a brand from start to finish, right? Tomorrow, we're going to be designing a brand from start to finish, right? So from idea down to the logo, down to the social media post, right? We're going to create a template to post reviews from customers, to post reviews from people, right? We're going to we're going to design a brand from start to finish because I figured that a lot of people are actually very much interested in branding, right? So we're going to be designing a brand from start. finished. So these are like the four forms of graphic design that I'm going to be explaining and in the course of this class. However, there is more, right? So but when I'm done explaining this for, I'll go ahead to mention some other by this side. Please make sure you're following. Make sure you're following. Trust me. As easy as this thing seems, right? A lot of investment actually went into it, and I want to know that people are actually following me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'll just mention a few people from the comments. I can see Badru Sunday. I can see Ibukode. I can see Etsy. I can see Ololade. Now I can see Gladys. I don't know if that pronunciation is correct. I can see Grow with Gladys, right? I can see Smart Said. I can see Azan. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I mean, the support means a lot. I I mean, there's no doubt. There's no form of obligation for you to be here, right? However, you see that okay, this is actually important. This is something that I can benefit from. So I do not take that for granted. So I do not take your support for granted, right? I do not take your support for granted. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. So the first on the list is layout design. Now you need to pay very good attention to these things because these are the things, these tiny details are what differentiates a very good designer and from a very great designer. Right? These are these are like the things, these little details are the things that differentiate a very good designer very from a good designer, let me put it that way, and a great designer. Do you understand? So what do we mean by layout design? So layout design is just a fundamental aspect of graphic design where your focus is to arrange visual elements. I was explaining before what visual elements mean, right? Visual elements such as text, images, shapes, white spaces, on a page, on a canvas, on a screen, right? In a way that it is appealing and functional and easy to navigate. Now, in the course of this lecture, I'm going to further explain a lot of things, right? I'm going to further explain, most especially this layout design, because when you go ahead to examine, applications for layout design, you will see that most of the design, in fact, I can say that a vast majority of the designs you will find people doing or you will find online centers around layout design. So starting from um, user interface and user experience design, product design, flyer design, business card designs, uh, uh, um, yeah, business card designs, everything under those categories are layout design. Now, in layout design, actually, aesthetics is important, but much more than aesthetics, right? Or the aesthetics or the fineness or the great look of the design, right? Much more than that. A focus for layout design is functionality. We want the design you are making to be functional. People should not struggle to understand what you made. For instance, this design that you're seeing on your screen now, it is just text and maybe a shape and just the background and just a few colors. I think that you actually get the point because you maybe for the sake of this class, there is a symmetric way your eyes will move when you are looking at this kind of design. So you probably start reading from the left, right? Then you see the faded layout design, then you see the circle, just demarcating it. Then before you go ahead to read the text, do you understand? So this is like a practical example of layout design. We're going to be doing some hands-on things, and that is why the tool I decided to use today is not something heavy. It's something that everybody can access, just do their stuff, and again, we're able to follow, right? So bringing all of these things together in a good harmony is layout design, right? Layout design focuses on arrangement, arrangement. Layout design focuses on arrangement. Okay, let me just mention this. For you to be able to like drop messages in the chat box, you probably have to subscribe and wait for it. I just got to mention this. Thank you so much for everybody that is subscribing so far. I'm grateful. I do not take this for granted. Thank you so much. So the next thing here, let us consider some of the applications of layout design. So in real life, where are the instances we can see layout design? Or what kinds of designs can we see layout design? The first thing here is print design. Any form of print design is a layout design. If you're in the Nigerian printing landscape, you will be very, very familiar with these things. Very, very familiar. Because when you check out our billboards, you see images and then you will see text. Right? When you check school brochures, right? Some of us, our secondary school brochures or our university brochures, you will see that the text, they are arranged in a symmetric manner. There is this intentionality that comes with the arrangement when it comes to layout design. So all of our print materials, you will see layout design in there. Another aspect of design, another application of layout design, right, is user interface and user experience design. I saw a lot of people were a lot of people are a fan of user interface and user experience design, and I saw a lot of things that. By the way, I stumbled on the Instagram page of a vast majority of us, right? And I saw some of the things that we've been doing in the past, and I mean, they're actually very good stuff. But I'm confident that after this class, right, after this conversation, you will even get better at them. You even get better at them. So another application of layout design is user interface and user experience design, right? All right, guys, please give me a minute. I'll be back shortly. Just give me. All right, I'm back. Yes, sorry. I'm just trying to set a few things together. Yes. So I was explaining about user interface and user experience design. So when you look at the mobile applications on our phone, right, those are instances of layout design, right? There is a You can see the intentionality in the way the buttons are placed, right? You can see the intentionality in the way you navigate the app, right? You can see the intentionality in the way the texts are arranged, right? Your eye is giving some sort of direction when you're reading through your favorite app. For instance, if you've ever used, um, let's say, I'm trying to look for a particular a mobile application that almost everybody must have used before. Now I can't think of any. I can't think of any. But I don't know. For most of us, if you probably know the U version app, it's actually a Bible app, right? You can see the way the navigation buttons are. You can see the way the text are arranged, right? You see the verse of the day, then you see the prayer tab, and then you see the many other things that follow. There is this intentionality. You can see the lines that demarcate, the icons from the text, right? It gives your eyes a sense of direction, so you know how to read through. There's no confusion. There are not too many details all over the place, and you are confused which one to set your eyes upon. Focus. There is hierarchy. Are we together? So that's a crucial part of layout design. So like I said, another application for layout design is user interface and user experience. Another one is brand identity design. Brand identity design. When you're designing for a you're designing a brand for a logo, maybe a startup, and you've had a what's it called, a consultation call with your clients, and you already have an idea of what they intend to achieve, the kind of audience they intend to reach, right? You will see that eventually when you start designing, there has to be an arrangement in what you're doing. Now I'm tempted to show you guys one of my branding projects, right, that I'm currently working on. It's actually a work in progress. I think I can do that. Let me see. Let me see. Right, it's actually a work in progress. Right, I just want you guys to see the what I mean by um layout design. So I'm going to leave my slide for a moment, right, and just go to some of my real life projects. This one is something that I'm currently working on, right? In fact, I had a conversation with the client today, about the progress of the project, right? I just want you guys to see uh, what I mean by layout design. So, uh, so yeah, this is the brand, right? So you can see how intentional I place the logo, right? You can see how intentional I'm placing the text, right? You can see the colors, I selected. Now let's look at this. You can see the intentionality in the arrangement of you can see the intentionality in the arrangement, right, of this item. Do you understand? So this is even a real life application of layout design. You can see the way the text are arranged, you can see the way the images are arranged, right? You can see all of those details. So yes, yes. So let's go back to our slide. I just yeah. So yeah, so that's that on you know layout design. So what tools can you use for layout design? What are the Let's quickly look at tools. What tools can you use for layout? What are the tools? Now, I need you to know this that tools do not actually make the artist. Tools, very good tools, will help you. It would improve your design, right? It does not matter the tool you are using, right? However, it does not matter the tool you are using. However, right, when you are using very good tools, right, they will help your design. They will really help your design, right? They will help your design. So what are the tools you can use for layout design? Number one, Canva. Canva is actually a very versatile tool. Very versatile. Guys, I can't even wait to show you guys great stuff that we're going to make in Canva. By the way, the brand something creating a brand from start to finish that we'll be doing tomorrow. That's going to be our hands-on project. Is going to be with Canva. Going to be with Canva from start to finish. Everything you are going to be doing will be in Canva, right? So what are the tools you can use for layout design? Right? What are the tools you can use for layout design? Canva. Canva is so versatile. Canva is very, very versatile. You can use Canva anywhere, anytime, right? And if you know, take it a step further and pay for, the pro account, gee, you're gonna have access to a lot of incredible stuff, right? Yes. So the next thing is Photoshop. Photoshop, takes it takes it up a notch, right? You're able to do much more incredible stuff, manipulations visually. You're able to control some of the lighting of your images and text, add some more dramatic effects and a lot of those other things, right? So then I found then Adobe Illustrator too is very good for layout design. In fact, a number of Adobe products are good for layout design. InDesign too is actually very good for layout design. Magazines, journals, business cards, whatever it is that's layout. These tools are very, very good for them. Then Figma, oh my god. Now these slides that I'm using, I actually made them in Figma. I made them in Figma. There was no other tool. I made them in Figma, and they were very simple. There's nothing dramatic, nothing extra, right? I sincerely, I honestly believe in simplicity, right? I believe that when there less is more, I believe less is more, right? So, so yes. So, and other ones, you can actually use PowerPoint. design your I think when I started my design journey, I've actually used PowerPoint to design before. Yes, PowerPoint, Google Slides. Yes, I use Google Slides for design. Yes. Adobe InDesign, like I mentioned before, CorelDRAW, and there are many others, right? So that is that on layout design. That is that on layout design, right? So we're going to move into the next one. That is photo manipulation. Now, it would interest you, and I can say this with my full chest, that everybody following right now has done a form of photo manipulation before. Now, you might not think it's manipulation because it might not be as dramatic as maybe you expect it to be, but you've done a photo manipulation before. In fact, I can beat my chest that at least 90% of us has done a photo manipulation before, right? Photo manipulation basically, as a form of graphic design, is altering images, enhancing them, through various techniques, right? And just combining photography, creativity, and design skill to just create a visually striking image. I'm going to show you examples, right? Like I said, at least 90% of us has done a form of photo manipulation before, right? So either you edited your photo, right, using InShot or Lightroom, or you did some color correction in Canva, or you just cut out the background of your picture. Those are photo manipulations. Of course, we have the very surreal and very advanced versions of them, right? But like I said, every form of graphic design, the goal is to communicate an idea. Is to communicate an idea. So let's look at a few applications of photo manipulation very quickly. So you can look at this now. I think we have a poet on the group. So he or she could probably help us write a story behind this visually striking image, right? Because what I can see is that there's a lady, she's a fairy, and she's inside a bulb. These are things that are not possible, right, in real time, right? But the with the help of design, with the help of design tools, you're able to bring some of these um, ideas to life, right? So, I mean, poets in the house, you can probably help us create something with this. All right, so let's look at another example. I love this one very particularly because it reminded me of COVID, right? During the lockdown, and the 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 image is just showing that the house is probably is definitely protected from all of the viruses that are around it, all of the things that can harm it. Do you understand? It's just showing, it's telling a very beautiful story. And I believe when I ask people now, okay, what do you think of this image? You have different things to say, and that is where your creativity lies. Listen to me. Listen to me. Pay attention to this. See, your perspective, the way you see things, the way you perceive things, the way you observe things, that is where your creativity lies. I see a lot of people say things like, I am not creative, right? I am not creative, but that is not true. What is creativity? Creativity is perception, the way you perceive something, right? The way you view something, your point of view, your POV, your POV, your creativity lies in your POV. I'm going on Gen Z mode. I do not think I'm a Gen Z, though. I mean, I was born within that year gap. I believe mostly that's by the way. Yes, I'm saying that your creativity lies in your POV, your perception, the way you see things. I am very confident that if I should bring some of you on some of my real time projects, you probably have a lot of better ideas than me, right? But you should be able to trust the ideas that you have. You should be able to trust the ideas that you have. So this is another example, cool stuff, photo manipulation, just bringing a lot of images together to create something that is visually striking, something visually striking, right? And like I said, everybody has done a form of photo manipulation before. whether you whether you whether you know it or not, right? And the moment you alter an image, right, you manipulated that image. The moment you alter an image, you manipulated that image. Are we together? Yes. The moment you alter an image, you manipulated that image. And that's photo manipulation at the very basic level, right? And of course, there are the advanced uh, um, types like this one you can see on the screen. So, what are the tools you can use for photo manipulation? Canva, yes, Canva, 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 jeez, Canva is so great. Canva is so great. I started exploring Canva recently, and I saw the very great stuff that Canva can do, right? So you should not feel less of a designer if you're using Canva. Listen to me, listen to me. Do not feel less of a designer if you're using Canva. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, do not feel less of a designer, regardless of the tool you're using. Do not feel less. Do not feel less. Don't be intimidated. Someone is using Photoshop. No, no. Canva is actually up there. Trust me, Canva is up there, right? So for photo manipulations, we have Canva, we have uh, Photoshop again, right? Then I stumbled on this one, GIMP. The interface is actually similar to Photoshop, right? And it's very good for manipulation and even very and advanced 3D designs and painting, right? We also have Affinity Design, right? Affinity Design. So these tools are very, very good for photo manipulation, right? Recently, now, if you're a big Canva fan, so recently, Canva introduced an app that would allow you to do double exposure, right? Double exposure. What I mean by double exposure is when you can blend a portrait image and maybe another image together, and they become uh one interesting image. All right, let me show you an example. Like I said, this class will be as hands-on as possible, right? So I want to go to Pinterest.com. So Pinterest is a very good platform where you can brainstorm, get ideas, and I'm sure most of you probably know what this is already, right? So I want to search for double exposure. So I'm trying to explain double exposure because I saw that Canva started doing it. Canva integrated an application that allows you to do double exposure. So this is an example of double exposure, right? So you don't need an advanced tool as it were to do double exposure anymore, right? Canva already make that tool. It's very incredible double exposures, right? So yes, you can create these things with Canva actually, right? Because they recently integrated it into the application that allows you to do that, right? So yeah, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. So that's that on um, photo manipulation. So the next thing we have here is illustration. Illustration. I my tax bar. Okay, illustration. Illustrations. So what are illustrations? So illustration, right, is just um, creating visual representations to communicate with concepts or emotions. What differentiates illustration and maybe other forms of graphic design is that illustration is vector based. Illustration is vector based. Now, I want to explain something. There are raster based images. There are raster based um, forms of graphic design, and there are vector based forms of graphic design. Now, there are times where these two lines uh, they are not parallel lines, right? Sometimes they go into each other, right? We find instances where we see two different form of um, uh, these two expressions, right, of the forms of graphic design in different forms of graphic design. So you can find a vector art in a raster-based software, and you can find a raster-based image in vector software. So I can make a video maybe some other time to explain this, but I'm trying to explain that illustration, right, is vector based. What does it mean for something to be vector based? It means that no matter how much you zoom in, that thing is not going to lose its quality. That thing is not going to lose its quality. I'm going to show you an example when we go into the very practical aspect of this, right? So yes. So you guys should encourage me in the comments